Guys, Mr. McLean here, and one of the things that I'm hoping to have us do during this time when we're not in class is to learn how to use GeoGebra. So this will be kind of an enrichment sort of thread, but I really want everybody to engage with this because it's a tool that I think you could use in high school, and we're going to use it this year as well. GeoGebra is kind of like Desmos in the sense that you can do graphing. You have a graphing calculator, but GeoGebra also does a whole lot of other stuff. So I'm going to do a quick guided tour, and then we're actually going to do a geometry construction. All right, so GeoGebra, it's geogebra.org. So, when the video's over, I'm going to actually ask you to go do a construction. Maybe right now you could go to geogebra.org and click the sign in and create an account, sign in with Google. That way you can save your constructions, any of the work that you do, kind of like you do with Desmos. Now, real quickly, the other things that GeoGebra can do. Here's the graphing calculator, kind of like Desmos, but it also has a 3D calculator, which would be kind of fun to play with. Like you can see some evidence right here of some of the things you can do with that. It has a computer algebra system, so this can do some of the algebra stuff that you're doing in your classes. It can factor expressions, it can solve equations. That might be just something to play with. We're going to be using this geometry tool here in a minute, but I want to scroll down too, because when you create your account, you'll have access to a whole bunch of sort of activities that teachers have built. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of activities. So suppose you're interested in learning a little bit about trigonometry. Oops, might be helpful if I spelled it right. So I'm going to type in a search, and my internet's running slow because everybody's out there using it now to try to do schoolwork. Oh, there it comes. And there's a whole bunch of, ready to use sort of activities focused on geometry. So you could use GeoGebra to just sort of like explore free and see what you can learn. All right, so I'm going to go back and we're going to start our construction. So basically, I'm going to model a simple construction here. And then after the video's over, I'm going to want you to go set up your page in GeoGebra and try to replicate this construction. This is not cooperating. Here we go. Okay, so in the main GeoGebra page, I'm going to go to geometry, and I'm going to start this construction. So this is the space where I'm going to do the construction, and over here will be a list of tools. And we're going to have to drill down. There's a whole lot more tools than this, but I'm going to start here. So I'm going to just randomly draw a line, and then I'm going to randomly place a point that's not on that line. And what we're going to try to do, or what we're going to do, is to construct a line that's perpendicular to AB, but that passes through point C. So there's going to be a line here. All right, now, little side note. These constructions, it's not like you're ever in your life going to be able to or have to know how to construct a line that's perpendicular to another line that passes through a given point. That's not the point of this. The point is the logic behind it. What is it about the sequence of steps that I'm about to follow that guarantees that this is going to result in a line that's perpendicular to AB that passes through C? And the other thing you have to understand is we're going to do this in a classic construction mode, meaning we're only going to use a compass and a straight edge. All right, so here we go. So I have to be able to construct this perpendicular that passes through point C and it's perpendicular to AB, and my only tool is going to be a compass and a straight edge. All right, so I need to drill down. I'm going to go to more tools, and then actually there's even more than that. So now I've got the full palette of geometry tools, and I'm going to start with the compass tool. So I'm going to use this. So when you use the compass tool, you click first on where you want the center of the circle, then you show where you want that radius, and then you drag it and drop it where you want. Boom. Now I'm going to do it again. Center at B passing through C, and I want to drop that circle, or that compass setting there. Now I'm going to scroll wheel to zoom back on the picture, and I can use my move tool to move the drawing around. All right, so far this is what I have. I have my original AB, then I have a circle whose center is B and the radius is from B to C, and I have a circle whose center is A and the radius is from A to C. All right, now I want to construct this point of intersection right here. So there's a tool. that is not where I'm looking for it. There it is, intersect. It's in the points submenu. All right, so I'm going to construct that intersection. Now, just to show you, if you move these things, the whole construction readjusts with it. So the idea here is that no matter where these points are, no matter how I drag this around, my resulting line is still going to be perpendicular and it's going to pass through C. All right, so let's construct that line. Click on the line tool, and there we go. Back to the move tool, and watch as we move this thing around. Now we'll do a little bit more here just to guarantee that this, or so you believe that that's actually perpendicular. So I'm going to construct the intersection right here. Let's get that out of the way. So go back down to my points tool, intersect. I want this point of intersection. And then I want to measure that angle. We're going to measure this angle right here, just to be sure. So when you measure an angle, you need to list the 3 points: point, vertex of the angle, other point, and look at that. GeoGebra says that's a 90-degree angle. Very good. All right, so the construction's done. What is it about this list of steps that guarantees this thing is going to result in a perpendicular line to AB that passes through C? So I'm going to want you to end the video and go back to geogebra.org and create your account, and then use that geometry tool to try to replicate this construction. So you can go back and forth between the video and your tool, and we'll see how you did. All right, guys, good luck. Let me know if you run into any problems.